And welcome back to the WHHI Daily News. Charlie Clark has joined us. As you know, she's Vice President for Communications for the Bluffton Hilton Head Chamber of Commerce. And we were just remarking what a gorgeous weekend it's been.
Wow, it's been beautiful.
The weather, Chamber of Commerce weather.
It's just a tinge of, fall, what we all wait for. It's just that little tease of fall with lower humidity and the sun was shining. It was a great day. It was a great weekend for the Lowcountry after the storm.
It's good to have you with us because we're talking about a very important topic, and that is really understanding the sentiment of our residents. We are constantly balancing the tourists with those of us who live here full time. And so the Chamber over the last several years has done a resident sentiment survey. So why, and then kind of what were the results? And we're in the throes of doing it again.
Yeah, we are. We really want, because it matters. We want to know what residents feel about tourism. It's our number one industry. It impacts us all, both positively and in some ways negatively. So let's find out how our residents feel about it. I'm a resident as well. We live here too. And we're all about balance. We think that balance really matters. So for this is the third year, we've done the resident sentiment survey. It is the largest resident sentiment survey that's done here. We work it through a company called MMGY Research. They are a company that specializes in communities just like ours, to where tourism is the main focus of your economy. And wow, what a response we get. They have told us this is, for any community they do, it's one of the highest response rates they get. So the information we're getting from our residents, not only do we know we're getting it, we know it's accurate. There's a plus or minus 1.6%.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's amazing. As a matter of fact, they have said, you can stop getting them now. We're okay. We have plenty. So it's just really great to find out what our residents feel about tourism. And we also add in a question on what do you feel are the hot button issues in our community? We watch those over the years change.
So Charlie, in the past, what were some of the kind of the high points?
Well, interestingly, the high points, we found that there's an amazing sense of pride in community place here. They have told us, it's called MMGY calls it basically your net promoter score. How much do your residents love where they live, and how willing are they to wax poetic about it with others? And it is literally the highest net promoter score they have of anyone they do. So people are very proud to live here. They're very proud to call Hilton Head Island home. But as we also know, we want to feel like, how do you feel about tourism in the fall, in the summer? Is it too much? Is it too little? We always want to know too, where do you think the money comes from to market to tourists? And as we know, it comes from the tourist. That's a misnomer. We were surprised to see on the results for the last year in particular. People think their property taxes pay for that. No, not at all. Or resident sales tax, or even hospitality tax. Hospitality tax does not pay to market to tourism. It actually puts into the pot for the amenities that we all love here. The bike trails, the parks, all those things that we love so much.
So the survey is now active for this year.
It's out, and we purposely put it out. We put it out in the dead of summer. We want to know over Labor Day. We don't put it out in the winter. We want to know right now in the moment, while you can remember it and feel it. How do you feel about it?
So where can I take the survey?
Yeah, you can reach out. Go out. The best place right now is our social media. Go out to our social media on Facebook, on Instagram. You can grab that link. The town has shared it. They are sharing it as well. You'll also be seeing it coming through if you're in one of our gated communities. Gated communities send this out every year for us. And so we get a great response from behind the gates, as well as just the general public. So it's just such a great way to keep our pulse on the, what's happening.
When will the survey be over? When do you close it?
We have about a week and a half left on the survey. We'll have the response rates. We want to make sure that we get the response, a nice response, so we know exactly what we're working with. And I'll be really interested to see this year what the hot button issues are. Last year, I'll tell you, workforce, housing, number one for residents. No big surprise there.
What about roads? What about just traffic?
Infrastructure, traffic was, it was up there, but it wasn't as high as you'd think. You'd be surprised. Workforce housing was a biggie. Workforce availability. Are we getting the help that we need?
Right.
And then it's always surprising to see those things that you might see in the news a lot, like, for example, short-term rentals. That's been a hot topic. When we survey residents, they say, you know what, there's probably about 7 things ahead of that.
A little more important.
A little more important to us than that. So it's a great way to really get your finger on the pulse of how they feel.
Well, kudos.
Yeah, it's a great one. We love doing it.
To the Chamber, it's very, very important to understand what the residents what they are thinking, what they're feeling,
it's
what their
balance.
perceptions are.
Right, it's all about balance. We believe it's all about balance too. We want to make sure we're balancing that tourism and the quality of life we love. So.
Thank you for what you do.
Oh, it's
Appreciate
fun.
seeing you.
Thanks.
And we'll be right back with more WHHI Daily News.